Lauren Mitchell hadn't expected miracles in years. At 36, as CEO of a growing tech empire, she handled brutal deals with razor-sharp precision, but none of that armor could shield her from the slow, quiet fading of her 4-year-old son, Noah. Each month, he slipped a little further away, a small, silent shadow moving through their too-big house. The doctors spoke gently selective mutism, trauma, but every careful word felt like an accusation. Noah hadn't spoken since his father disappeared, leaving behind only an empty closet and a wound that never closed. That Saturday, Riverside Park gave her no comfort. She sat on the bench, laptop heavy and useless in her lap, eyes fixed on Noah in the sandbox. His little hands worked with such care, shaping perfect lines, deliberate patterns. Her beautiful boy with those serious, thoughtful eyes was completely somewhere else. The silence between them hurt more than she could admit. She was starving for connection, for someone to really see them both. She had buried the ache under endless work, but today it rose sharp and alive, tearing at her. Then she noticed him, 20 feet away, kneeling, watching Noah, mid-30s, dark hair, an open, kind face under a plain navy t-shirt. He wasn't staring, he was simply there, calm, present, not intruding. Something in his stillness reached inside her chest and pulled. He moved slowly, carefully toward Noah. Lauren's breath caught. Her whole body tightened, but she stayed still, waiting. He crouched at a respectful distance, leaving space when he spoke. His voice was soft, steady, cutting gently through the park noise. That's an impressive castle. The towers? Different heights. Real thought went into that. Noah glanced up just for a second, then went back to his patterns. The man settled beside him, speaking mostly to Noah. But somehow the words felt meant for Lauren too. You remind me of my son, Ethan. He didn't talk much either, back then. Still doesn't, with words. Lauren leaned forward slightly, every muscle alive with fragile, desperate hope. Ethan's autistic. He talks differently. For a long time, I was terrified I was failing him. Because he didn't talk my way. But there are so many ways to talk. Words are only one of them. Noah's hands paused. He was listening, really listening. Sometimes we talk with our hands, the man went on, his voice warm, patient, with our eyes, or by sharing what we love. I just had to learn his language. If you wanted to show me how you built that corner tower, I'd love to learn. Lauren stopped breathing. Noah looked up, those deep, searching eyes studying the stranger. Then, very slowly, he reached for a small plastic shovel and showed him. The man Ryan Harper nodded seriously. You pack it tight. Smart. Makes it stronger. A tiny ghost of a smile flickered across Noah's mouth. And then, the moment that cracked Lauren opened, Noah handed Ryan the second shovel. An invitation. They built together in almost complete silence. Ryan followed Noah's lead, asking quiet questions that were answered with gestures, with focus, with trust. Lauren watched, tears sliding silently down her face. Her son, who had not spoken in years, was communicating with someone who knew how to listen. Excuse me, she finally managed, voice thick and trembling. Ryan looked up, stood quickly, cheeks faintly pink. I'm sorry. I should have asked permission first. No. Lauren cut in, raw. Don't apologize. What you just did, how you were with him. She couldn't finish. The wall inside her cracked wide open. His eyes softened, full of quiet understanding. The kind of empathy that felt like someone finally touching the bruise she'd carried alone for so long. Ryan Harper, he said, offering his hand. Single dad, park regular. Lauren Mitchell. She answered, her palm meeting his, warm, steady. And this is Noah. Ryan dropped back to Noah's level. An honor to build with you. Noah, you're an excellent teacher. Noah looked at Ryan, then at his mother, then at his castle. He placed a small stick on the tallest tower like a flag. Perfect, Ryan murmured. Every good castle needs a flag. Over the next hour they talked. Lauren's usual defenses began to soften. Fray at the edges. Ryan spoke about Ethan, about letting go of the picture he once had of fatherhood, about learning to find meaning in stillness, in small moments, instead of words. I had this idea, he admitted quietly. Playing catch, long conversations. Ethan gave me something else entirely. He taught me to slow down. Noah was so chatty, Lauren whispered, before his father left. Then he just shut down. Ryan looked at her careful, gentle. Maybe the question isn't how to make him talk again. Maybe it's how to hear what he's already saying. Something deep inside Lauren's chest loosened. For the first time in years, ice cream with us? Ryan asked later. Ethan and I go every Saturday. I think they might understand each other. It wasn't just ice cream. It was permission to hope. Saturdays became theirs. Noah and Ethan found their own language gestures, shared focus, soft glances full of understanding. Ryan became steady, quiet, safe. Lauren started looking forward to those afternoons. The ache in her chest easing whenever his eyes met hers. One evening, after the boys fell asleep on the couch, Ryan spoke softly. You're not failing him. Lauren looked at him. Tears close again. You're loving him through something brutally hard. That's what matters. I just want him to be happy. She whispered, to be okay. He is okay. Ryan's voice was low, intimate, different than you pictured. Maybe, but okay. He builds, he creates, he connects. He laughs at Ethan's silly faces. He holds your hand when he's afraid. He's speaking. You just haven't known how to listen yet. The air between them felt alive, thick with everything they hadn't said. 3 months later, dinner at Ryan's house. Lauren was setting the table when she heard it. A soft, hesitant sound from the living room. Her breath stopped. A plate slipped from her fingers and shattered on the floor. She didn't even notice. Did you hear that? She gasped, grabbing Ryan's arm. They hurried to the doorway. Noah and Ethan sat surrounded by blocks, and Noah was humming. Soft, careful, real. Ethan smiled, joined in with his own tune. Lauren's hand flew to her mouth. Tears flooded her eyes. Ryan's arm came around her shoulders. Steady, warm. He pulled her close. Sound? He whispered against her hair. It's a start. In the weeks that followed, Noah's sounds grew soft laughs, contented hums. Then one Tuesday night, tucking him in, Noah looked up. Mama! A rusty whisper. The most beautiful sound she had ever heard. I'm here. Baby! She choked, holding him so tight. Ryan. Noah said next. Slow. Careful. Friend. Yes. Lauren answered through tears. Our very good friend. She found Ryan in the living room. Words tumbling out. He pulled her into his arms without hesitation. She melted against him. Every wall finally crumbling. He spoke because he was ready. Ryan murmured, lips brushing her temple. Because he felt safe. Because he found his own way back. We found our way back, Lauren corrected. Face buried in his shoulder. All of us. A year later in the backyard, Ethan carried the ring pillow, following his iPad prompts with care. Noah, in a tiny tuxedo, held Lauren's hand. I promise to honor both our boys, Lauren said, eyes locked on Ryan's, to learn their languages, to celebrate every victory, to be patient with the journeys. I promise to remind you. Ryan answered, voice thick. That strength isn't having all the answers. It's asking for help, accepting love, trusting that we're enough even on the hardest days. Noah tugged her dress. She looked down. He smiled, happy. Mama, he said, clear, certain, not long sentences, maybe never, but always the right words, happy. Lauren whispered, voice breaking, so happy, sweetheart. That night, the four of them curled together in the living room. Ethan's iPad made Noah laugh out loud. Ryan played guitar. Lauren sang quietly. Noah hummed. Ethan added his own sounds. Everything fit. Lauren watched her son so relaxed, so content, and remembered that day in the park. A stranger kneeling beside her silent child, speaking the language of pure presence. She'd been straining for words when Noah had been speaking all along. Sometimes we try so desperately to fix what we think is broken. We miss the beauty that's already there. Noah was never broken. He was simply finding his voice, his way, and Ryan had taught her how to hear it. What are you thinking about? Ryan asked later, settling beside her on the couch, arm brushing hers. Easy intimacy now. Miracles. Lauren answered softly, and sandcastles, and how the best things sometimes come from learning a whole new language. Ryan kissed her forehead slow, lingering. I love you, he said. All three of you, every word, and every silence. We love you too, Lauren whispered. She called Noah. He climbed into her lap. She held him close, while Ryan wrapped his arm around them both. Ethan joined, squeezing in, a family built not on perfect sentences, but on understanding, patience, and a love deep enough to hold every quiet moment. Mama, Noah said after a while, gathering his thoughts carefully. Then, 3 small words, carrying everything that mattered. This is home, yes? Lauren breathed, pulling him closer. The words soft as a prayer. This is home. And in the end, that was the only language that ever truly mattered.